Hello, this is Cindy from Cinders Papercraft. I'm bringing you part 2 of this mini album that I created. I'm doing this in separate parts so that you don't have to sit down forever with a really long video getting bored. So I've done it in stages. So if you know what you're doing, you can just grab the measurements and make it up yourself. If you don't know what you're doing and you want to do it along with me, then hopefully that will allow you to do that. So I showed you the album in part 1, so I won't go through that again, but when I do the pages I will refer back to this so you know what we're doing. Right, so today we're going to be working on the spine, the back cover, the front cover, and these pages, the white ones. We're not putting on any of the flaps yet or the decorations. We're just working on these bits here. It's nice and simple. Now obviously I've done a lot of this off camera, and with mine I am actually going to put some corner protectors, because this is, I've had this for over a year. I think so. I think it's over a year, and it's got a bit battered. I should have been more careful. Anyway, right, so here we are. I'm just going to move that out of the way. Now then, we are going to create this, which is nice and simple. This is going to be the spine. Now I've pre-cut these bits, but I am going to give you a screenshot of the sizes you need. Now I haven't got those ones in centimetres, but my blog will have them on. All the others I put centimetres on because I was very aware that I left that out of the last time. So I do apologise to my English and European friends. Right, so we are going to create this. We are going to need, in thick cardstock, we are going to need these sizes. Now I'm not going to read through those because you will be able to see them. I'm sorry I didn't put centimetres in there, and I should have done. Let's hope I haven't been, let's hope I've got the rest. Anyway, it will be in my blog in centimetres, so please do. I can measure it. Can I measure it down there? So they're 20 centimetres long, and then the large one is about 15. The second one is, no, what I'll do is I'll put them on the blog. I'm not going to guess because I don't want you to do this wrong. So they'll be on my blog, and we are going to need 5.5 A4 sheets, and we're going to cut those at 8 inches by 5 3/4. Again, I don't think I put them on, but I will. I promise they'll be on the blog. So you get 2 pages per sheet of card, which is why I've done it that size. So there are 11 pages in total. And then the front and back, we have the coloured card. So there'll be front and back 2 of these. There'll be 1 of these, and then the front and back DSP. Now, to explain this, I want them to have different patterns on the page. So you can either cut it in one piece and pop it on, or do it like I did. It's completely up to you. No problem at all. So if I leave those there, and you can take a screenshot. Now, in case you're thinking I don't have oodles of money, so I haven't got coloured card. I have catered for this. So let me move these. I have catered for those, and we everyone has stamp sets. If you're a crafter, you have stamp sets. What I've done is I've taken plain white card and then I have coloured round with a biro, not a biro, a marker, and then I've stamped my images, and then when I mat that up, you will see you have a colour card underneath, because not everyone's going to be able to afford to go out and buy oodles of money. Now obviously I stamped this in a hurry, you'll do it properly, but I thought it was actually quite sweet. If you think I haven't got that stamp set, you can then team up with stamp sets you do have, and that will give you extra coloured card. Right, now to show you quickly how to do that. Now I've done that one already, so I'm not going to do that again. All as you do is reaching for a ruler, and also for a bit of scrap, otherwise it will drive my camera crazy. Get your marker or whatever pens you have, and all you're going to do is do that. Now that bit. Now this will dry lighter, so then when you go to mat that up, it will appear like you have that coloured card underneath. Super simple, so you don't have to have bottomless pockets. Right, so let's start to work on these. Now we're going to create the spine, so if I leave those there for a minute again, you're going to need a thick cardstock, Whisper white cardstock, the thick one is okay. Now these are going to be really easy to score. You will need a scoreboard. If you don't have a scoreboard but you have a trimmer, I think I've got an old trimmer here because I've got my Stampin' Up trimmer, but I want to show you in just an average trimmer that someone's got. It's got obviously the track there. If you find that you don't have the Stampin' Up trimmer, or you don't have a scoring tool, what you will do, let me show you, is get a bone folder, and you can measure that out. And now, where is my bone folder gone? If you have one of these, brilliant, you can use it. There, if you've got a bone folder, you can literally just go along and score. Now if you say, I haven't got a trimmer at all, but you have got a pen, or you have got a Sharpie, or even a paintbrush, you can get your ruler and you can pop score lines in. See? Nice and easy, nice and simple. So there's no reason why you won't be able to do this tutorial. Right, so we have our pieces. I'm going to move one of the 8x2 cardstocks out of the way. There is a reason for that. And we are going to score all of these at ½ an inch either side. Right. So super simple. And we're going to use the small ball because it is cardstock. And we are going to just go along and score at ½ an inch. Then we will go on to the next size. So ½ an inch and ½ an inch. Next size. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I have wax paper. It just makes the scoring so much easier. So 1/2 inch, both of them. And I'm sure what you can guess what the next measurement's going to be. And see, look, I wanted to show you just in case. That is the difference. Now, if I do the same, see, it does make a difference. Right, so now this one is going to be the centre one, and we are going to score that one at 1 inch. I forgot to do it because I can feel the difference. So, sorry, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1 1/2 inch. Okay, trying to do this on white so you can see it. It's a bit gloomy out there. Right, so now I do my oh, I won't write that on, I'll do it on my blog. I do this part in, I'm going to use glue. All the others I will use double-sided tape. God, my brain's not working. I don't like to have books when they're all like sticky or but you use whatever you like. So we are going to start with this one. Let's move those out of the way. And we are just going to fold that over and give it a good squash down. And then the next one, I thought I'd actually done these, so I do apologise. I might edit some of these out because I think I've got the whole editing thing down, hopefully. You might find that there is actually some resistance with thick cardstock. I'm using a 400 GSM card. You'll probably find that if you use a thick cardstock, because it's a small amount that you're scoring either side, it's going to not want to do it as it's told. But with a boss. So this one, right, so there we are. Right, now this is nice and easy. So when you open that up, you've got your 2 score marks there. This is how you're going to line this up. You'll put glue on there so you've got wiggle time, and you are just going to lay it down with these 2 flaps. You don't glue these 2 flaps, you just glue the flat part. But when you glue it, if you just, when you're ready to stick it on, if you just line it up, then it will fit perfectly. I'll show you what I mean. Right, here we go. So you don't need an awful lot of glue, but a lot of people do like to put a lot of glue on because then they know it's stuck, and that is never a bad thing. The spine is going to be an incredibly important part, so you don't need to I'm going to glue this one up. You don't need to have that coming undone. That will be disastrous. Tombow is very good for this. I actually used to use Tombow a lot, but I prefer different glue now. But that's my taste. For years it was Tombow and I never had a problem with it. But I no longer use that. And not because it's a bad glue, it isn't. But I do a lot of gluing where I don't want there to be, if you use a lot of glue and it bleeds over, it can leave marks, where this one dries completely matte, so you won't be able to see it. It is expensive, but you don't use a lot of it, so there are bonuses there. Now this one, that is an M or a W, whichever way. I want you just to glue up one of these, and you are going to stick it on itself, and you are going to give that a very good rub, because it will not want to sit down. It really won't. Yeah, didn't think I put enough on. Might have to be a bit more liberal with the glue in that centre bit, because it will want not to stick. It's thick hard, and it's probably sulking about the fact that it's had so many school lines put in it. Right, but I'm the boss. Here we go. Yep, that's done that time. Another thing I love about this glue is the fact that it doesn't take forever to dry. Right, now that one is going to want to go over the edge. So what we do on all edges is take a slither off. It's like when we build boxes, we take a slither off so that it fits properly. And I mean, I'm doing this very quickly and on camera. You will have all the time in the world to put yours together. Do not feel that you have to rush. Right, so we are going to plop that in the centre, just like that. There you go. Right, so when you stand all the pages up, that is your spine done. See? Perfect. Super perfect. Nice and easy. Not a lot of major scoring to do, and not a lot that can go wrong. So, bonus, bonus. Right, so there we are. It's exciting. Now, the pages, we are going to take our lovely pages, and we are going to stick one either side of this. So let me remove, I use big sheets of what do you call it, post-it notes. Right, so what you are going to do is move all these out of the way, and you are going to stick that. Sorry, I should show you this. Right, so, God, this light is terrible. I do apologise. There is the score mark in the middle, and that is the part of the spine, and that is the tab. You are going to butt the end of the page up to this line. Don't go over, otherwise it won't close properly. So just butt the edge of the page up to that line. Sorry if I'm a bit shaky, but I'm ever so nervous. I'm just waiting for something to go wrong. Right, so nice amount of glue. Sorry if I go off shot. I will try to remain in shot, but I'm not a professional at this yet, and I have seen people that are just, you've got Anne at Happy Stampers, who is amazing. We have Crafty Caroline, who is incredible, and many more that I'm probably not naming, so please. Scrimping Mummy has got some great tips. especially on how to make ribbon, different colours. Anyway, enough of my adoration of other YouTubers. Oh, and May's always worth a watch, and Crafty Jojo. Right, so that is what it is going to look like. Now you can put another page over here. I personally don't think you need to, but if you think, oh, no, I don't like that, that looks a bit scruffy, remember that you are going to be putting coloured cardstock over these. Right, so I am going to go on and pop all the pages on. I'm sure you don't need to watch this, so I will be back when this is all done. Right, I thought I would actually show you this. I'm just going to glue in the last page. So I didn't tell you how to, I'm going to show you this one, but I should have shown you one of these. What you will do is you're going to put glue along your end. It was much easier with those because you could just put glue there and butt it right up against. But we are just going to pop some glue along there, and we are going to butt that up. On the other bits you will have a ridge that will stop it, which I stupidly forgot to do, and then you will pop that down and stick that. Now this glue I use sticks very quickly, but you will need to allow yours to dry properly. Right, so now then, this, you might be thinking, that looks a bit flimsy. Trust me, by the time you've got all your paper on, it won't be. This one, you can double layer these so you don't get to see this bit, but by the time you've put on your colour cardstock, glue, and your DSP or your paper, you won't see those. So there is the basis of your album. Super simple. Now we are going to move on to the next part. I will be using glue for the back parts of the, on the card I will. So the back spine, that is 4 3/4 by 7 7/8 or 12.1 centimetre by 20 centimetres. Again, these will be on my blog, otherwise I could spend all day reading out all the measurements, and I'm sure you don't want to hear me blurting out a lot of measurements. Now, unfortunately, my hands shake, so you will see my gluing is hit and miss at the best of times, and then put together with the fact that I'm also nervous, and it will make for an interesting video, shall we say. Right, so that's on, and now, sorry, I am trying desperately to keep everything less cluttered, but I don't have the the luxury of being able to do this easily yet. Right, so you need 2 pieces of a 7 by 7/8 by 5 5/8, and that's 14.3 centimetres by 20 centimetres, and that is just going to go on the front there, so that covers up that lip there. So again, you can use your double-sided tape or glue. I would not use snail or a tape runner, and I wouldn't use fast fuse. The reason why, they're very good glues, but you want this to stay together. You do not want to spend hours or an afternoon making this for someone you really care about, for them to say, oh, by the way, it fell apart. Because that would just be, well, you'll probably find that I go way over the top on my gluing. But the way I see it, if it's well stuck, it will last a very long time. Now then, now I don't have as much time to move mine as you will with Tombow, because like I say, it sets quickly. Now then, for these two pieces, I have the front and back VSP. Now I'm going to have these with different colours. I think that looks really sweet. Now, each of these panels, all four are the same, are 5.5 inch by 4 inch. That's 14 centimetres by 10.2 centimetres. And we are just going to layer those up. And if you're thinking, well, that looks right scruffy, we are going to hide the ribbon underneath. Yep, right. Now, first problem I've run into. I should have actually put the ribbon underneath this bit, underneath the coloured card. So, we will adapt. You don't make mistakes in crafting. You just make interesting side steps and diversions. Some of my best stuff has actually come from making a mistake. That's what I say anyway. Right, so we'll just lay that down. And then we are going to, these colours are the new Stampin' Up! In colours. They are beautiful. I love the lemon lime twist and the tranquil tide. I adore the powder pink. Now a lot of people think that that pink is so similar to the others. It's more of a peachy when it comes out, more of a peachy pink than a true pink. It's got a little more brown in, and I love the fresh pink. Berry Burst, probably the least of my favourite, but it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Right. Oop. Now what I could have done was stuck these together and then put the ribbon under, which is an option. I could put another piece of card up, stick these onto if I was that bothered, but we will find a way. Ooh. Right, done. Now, did I do the spine? No, I didn't. I need it. Anyway, right, so for now, we are going to, now this is a lovely tip that Scrimping Mummy gave. She's brilliant. If you haven't seen her work, go have a look. Now, she done exactly like I done with the card. You can colour this in. Now I wanted a thicker ribbon, but I didn't have one in that colour because I want to layer these up, and I have the lemon lime twist in the same ribbon, but obviously it won't show, so you can colour it in. Lovely. And then I'm going to lay those on there. Now I'm not going to do that on camera. You do not want to see the laugh of shaky hands putting on ribbon, but that is basically the structure. Right, the next thing I'm going to show you is the mats that go inside. Now I will show you the way I do these. I've already done these ahead of time, but I have left two that I'm going to do with you. You can do these by glue if you prefer, so they've been done, but I will show you how I do them. Right, so the inside pages, the coloured, sorry I've got glue, coloured card mats are 7 3/4 by 5 3/4. That's 19.8 centimetres by 14.8. And then the DSP, which layers over the top, is 7 5/8 by 5 5/8. That's 19.3 by 14.3 centimetres. And you need 20 of each. So you may be thinking, oh, that is using up a lot of card and a lot of paper. You'll get 2 of these per sheet, and you'll get all 4 of these out of 2 sheets, plus some left over of your DSP. But like I say, if you think I can't afford that, just grab yourself some white paper and stamp. I have made some brilliant DSPs without actually having paper. Some lovely stamp sets. Right, so I'm going to show you. Can, if you see this, I'm probably going to get absolutely stoned off the stage for this. I don't like that, this fading. It's supposed to be in there. It's a watercolour wash. Not a fan. I'm afraid I'm a bit OCD, and I just think that looks faded, but it is a beautiful pattern. Right, so make sure, if you have a direction of your pattern, that you watch it and don't cut it that way like I have on some of the others, stupidly. Right, so we are going to, you can either stick these on with glue, or we are going to use double-sided tape. Now you're probably groaning and thinking, right, she's going to be 10 hours doing that. I'm really not. I use terrible tape, and I am just going to, again, didn't want to come in shot. I have problems with almost OCD. It isn't. I just like neat crafts. Now you could probably get away with just putting one there and there. If you do these all in a row, it will be really quick. Now I don't have the ability to be able to line up cards. You see these people and they just close their eyes and they throw them on and it's all perfect. Not me. So there's 2 ways you can do this. You can either get it all lined up with a little border all the way around, which is probably about 1/8 of an inch. Now I'm not clever enough just to do that with tape. It's a long shot at best. So you can either get some paper clips and clip that. Let's do this properly. So we're going to leave a little border there. Of course you're probably sitting there thinking, well, I can do that. I'm afraid I can't. And beginner crafters might have a problem. Right, so you've clipped that and they're all the way around. So you're just going to tear the backing. I tell you what, I do this so quickly. Put me near a camera and it doesn't want to work. Right, so stick that down. Now you can remove these and it's not going anywhere. So you will now peel it off. Honestly, I don't have a problem with this. In fact, it's one of the easiest tapes I've ever used. Right, so there, all perfect. Now another way, in case you're thinking, well, but I'm only going to do these 2 because you don't need to sit and watch me. It's like peeling paint. Right. Although I will say some of the peeling paint paper that Stampin' Up have got is lovely. That was a bit of a lane swerve, I know, but that's what my brain is like. It's a scary place to be. Right, so you can cut these. I just, not only am I do I have issues with sort of neatness, but I'm incredibly lazy crafter. Right, so second way, pop those on, nice little border, and you're happy with that. So keeping that side down, this is if you don't have paper clips or clips. There. And then you can remove it. The only reason I'm showing you this is because if you use glue, it can make the album a bit sticky. But then that could just be the fact that I'm probably clumsier. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? I'm clumsier than most and get glue absolutely everywhere. It's like bean juice when I'm eating. It goes everywhere. Right, so there. And what you'll do is with the other ones, just make sure you put them so that you have different patterns. Right, now I'm not going to sit and make you go through those. Thank goodness, you say? Right, so we are going to add on the papers, but we are not going to do that yet. And the reason is I've got some important things that I need to show you. So this is going to be part 2. And when you come back, I will magically have got a ribbon on there without it showing too much. Magically. I will have DSP. Oh no, I don't have DSP on that one. I don't. See, I didn't do it wrong. Makes a change. I am leaving that blank so I can title it. That's what I was doing. Right, so there we are. Part 3 is being recorded straight after this one. So I will upload that today. And we've got some exciting things coming up. Please do subscribe. I've got a lot of projects going ahead over the next couple of weeks. I've got a finger dauber storage box, which you might like. I've got all sorts, absolutely all sorts. I've got Chester drawers, absolutely all sorts, but I'll show you those anyway. If you click subscribe and then you click the bell, that will tell you whenever I've uploaded videos, which at the moment or over the next couple of weeks, it's going to be a lot. And if you're thinking that looks really flimsy, by the time you've got the card on, it will be exactly like this one. Not flimsy. And there, probably, yeah, it's there already. You will have great fun. Right, well, that's it for the video. Hope that wasn't too painful. I promise you I will get better as I get used to it. I am still nervous. I am still learning. I've watched so many talented demonstrators on YouTube. I'm not a patch on those. I will be, hopefully, with filming. I have no problems making making projects. My fall down is recording them, because put me, camera and Stampin' Up things together, and it's like they say you should never put animals and children on video. Pretty much me. Anyway, this is all I'm going to do for now, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.